today to show you guys some parts off the Vmax. Basically, I bought this to put in a dune buggy, and I ended up getting a different engine. So now everything you see here is for sale. It's definitely not anywhere near new condition. Everything's very used, but a lot of the stuff is still usable. Definitely just a good cleanup would probably make most of the stuff good again. But like I said, I'll show you each piece individually and you guys can decide for yourselves. Alright, first off we got the starter motor here. That's just the starter motor. The shaft turns. I haven't tested it under power, so I don't know if it works or not. I'm guessing it does. Next, let's see. We got the oil pump here. This gear is kind of locked up, so I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how well that works. You could probably take it apart and clean it up and make it good again. Alright, next up, I'm not sure what this is called, like a coolant cover, I believe. It goes on the top of the engine in between the heads. It looks pretty good inside, no cracks or anything, no damage. It comes with the two banjo bolts that I'm not exactly sure what those connect to. The oil system, I assume, but I'm not sure. And those are still good. Really just a good cleaning, and this is a perfectly good part. Alright, next up, here we go. So, here we got the valve covers. I have valve covers for both heads. I'm not sure which one this is, but I have them both. And everything looks pretty good, nice and clean in here. The top, decent, could use a good polishing up. No cracks though, so mechanically solid. Alright. Here we have the camshafts. They have some light rust on them. Nothing that couldn't be polished off, I would say. Most of this will probably rub off with some, steel wool or something, or really fine sandpaper and some polishing compound. It wouldn't take much. The bearing surfaces seem to be pretty good. No, they're not like scored or anything, so I would say that's good. I have all 4 cams. This is another one. This one's more rusty here. But yeah, so the cams seem to be good. Alright, let's move on. Next up, we got the clutch. I have all the parts of the clutch, including the outer casing, which has the gears that connect to the transmission. The gears have quite a bit of rust on one side of them. It looks to me like this is surface rust and could be repaired, so I would still be willing to let this go really cheap because of the rust, but I definitely think you could polish it off with some, a wire brush or something like that would probably get it off. Next, I would say we got all the discs. All the clutch discs are here. They're all rusty, so probably just better off buying some new discs. I don't think they're that expensive. But we have the pressure plate. So we have the pressure plate here also. The various shims that go in it, the springs. We have the inner housing of the clutch, and all of this I would say is in good condition. Definitely ready to pop right back in your bike. The clutch spring has a little bit of rust on it, and that's basically it. All this other stuff is really nice other than that gear there. Alright, let me put this away here. Okay, so let's start talking about the intake manifolds. I have both intake manifolds for the right and the left side of the engine. They are rusty on the inside, a little bit of rust. I'm not really sure what's that from because I'm pretty sure they're aluminum, but I'm guessing that would come out of there pretty easily. The rubber gaskets are all cracked, so those you probably want to replace. But otherwise, they're in decent condition. They're nothing special. I'd be willing to let those go for really cheap. You know, make an offer $5. That's good to me. Let's see here. Here we have the transmission cover that goes. It's like the drive shaft transmission cover. So not much to that. It's got a few scratches on it, but otherwise good condition. Let me see if there's anything. The gasket's on it, but you probably want to get a new gasket, I'd say. Alright, next we got the clutch cover. This seems to be in very nice condition other than the paint is peeling, so if you don't mind that, it's not an issue, or if you do, you'll have to do a paint job, or just grind it all off and run it as a polished. I see a lot of people do that. It looks really nice. There's some sludgy oil in the bottom of it. That just comes right out. You know, it's not stuck in there or anything, so a good cleaning and this would be all set. Once again, I'd be willing to let this go cheap. Alright, next we have, this is a coolant manifold. It's got some wires sticking out of it. I'm not sure if this is a ground wire or something. You know, various sensors and hoses. I really don't know much about this, so I'm not really at liberty to say its condition, but that's that. Alright, now this thing, I also don't really know what this is, to be honest. It's part of the coolant system, some kind of a junction for the cooling system. There's something inside of it. I really don't know what it is, so that's that. Here's another cover. This is going to be the water pump cover. It's in perfect condition other than the paint, so it'll need a new O-ring. I'd say the O-ring is a little bit worn out, looks like, so get yourself a new O-ring, do a paint job. This is all set. Nice piece right there. Here is the I'm not sure what this is called, but it's the piece that's under, oh, it's the water pump. So yeah, this is the water pump itself, I guess, and the housing around it. Its gasket is completely shot. You don't need a gasket. It's got a little. It's got the impeller. No cracks, no damage so far. No damage, no cracks. Everything looks pretty good, honestly. Definitely some gunk, nasty gunk inside there, but it cleans off with your finger. So, you know, take that how you want. Okay. I'm just going to show you, I already showed you this, but this is the other side. The valve covers for the other side and the camshafts for the other side. These are all good. Same condition as the other one. So, and it's got gaskets on it as well. Those seem to be pretty decent, although you would check the service manual, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to replace those unless you're really cheap. Alright, next up we have tons of bolts. We got intake manifold bolts, cam caps, and if you're interested in the heads, I'll sell the cam caps, the cams, and the valve covers with the heads if you want, all as one package deal, discounted. Clutch housing bolts. These are going to be your head bolts here. More cam caps. Let's see here. Here we have valve cover bolts. Water manifold. I would say I didn't get all these. I must have. It looks like they were too rusty to keep these, so those are not for sale. Camshaft, the bearing cap bolts, water pump housing bolts, all of these things are for sale. I'm guessing what you guys are really probably interested in are the valve cover bolts, so I have all of these for both valve covers, since these are pretty hard to come by in other places. And also I have all the head bolts and associated washers, if you guys are interested in those. And then finally, I have, I'll put this away. Finally, I have the carburetors. So these carburetors are kind of a mess, I would say. They're locked up. One of them is locked up, the throttle opening is locked up, that is. And then the other one, the throttle, so the throttle opening is not locked up in this one. Those turn freely, but it is locked up in this one. So I think maybe an ultrasonic bath would fix that. Yeah, an ultrasonic bath would fix that. The outsides, they're pretty grimy, but otherwise they seem to be alright. Alright, so this here is the rest of the engine. We got both heads. Let's see, the heads, some of the valves are kind of, seized up a little bit, but they're not very bad, so that could be easily fixed. Not a big issue there, but still, I'd be willing to discount them significantly. I have both cam chains. You can see everything looks pretty nice here. A little bit of rust on some of the bearing surface. Oh no, that just brushes right off. A little bit of grime and stuff. Not ideal, but definitely acceptable. The case itself seems to be pretty good, other than the fact that the pistons are rusted to their bores. So the only way to fix that would be to machine them out. But I mean, if you got, a bad gear or something, bad gear in there somewhere, this is a good transmission as far as I can tell. Let's see what else. This is the back side here. You guys are really just gonna have to ask me specific questions if there's anything you want to know. There's a lot of stuff going on here. The pistons, you don't want the pistons. Those are all messed up. They're seized to the bores. But everything else, the various shafts and stuff, mechanicals inside here, and the case itself is good, and of course the heads. So that's basically what's going on. I also have the radiator, but it's pretty beat up. So if you need a really cheap radiator, I got what you need. Let's see, I have the bottom cover, and I have the alternator as well. I have not tested the alternator. I don't know how it's performing. I have the gears that are associated with the starter thing. I don't know if you can see that. And here's the rest of the valve cover bolts and the other tensioner. Those are all for sale. I just need them out of my workplace. Free up some space in here. And that's basically where I stand right now.